Namaskar everyone and welcome to day 10 of our Dhanurmasa Satsanga. Lakshmeenatha Samarambham Nathayamuna Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Yo Nityamachyuta Padambuja Yugma Rugma Vyamohatastaditarani Trinaya Mene Asmadgurur Bhagavatosya Dayaika Sindhoho Ramanujasya Charanau Sharanam Prapadye आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारी परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकम् कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम् वेदवेद्ये परे पुंसि जाते दशरथात्मजे वेदप्राचेतसादासीत् साक्षात् रामायणात्मना. So in yesterday's satsang we had seen how Dasharath Raja has agreed to the proposal sent by Janaka Raja, and all of them have now decided that this marriage of Rama with Sita has to take place. So once Dasharatha agrees to the proposal, all with his family members, with all his people, he travels to Mithila. And with all the paraphernalia, whatever is required for the wedding, they bring things and they come from there. They have gifts to give to Janaka Raja. They come traveling to Mithila. Now, once Dasharatha reaches there, they are welcomed with lot of respect and all, hospitality is offered to them. And finally, it is time for the discussion to begin. Now, first, on behalf of Dasharath Raja, Vasishta Rishi narrates the lineage, the kula, the details of Dasharatha, how his Vamsha has come about, who were all the people in that Vamsha, what was their greatness, all that is narrated by Vasishta Raja, Vasishta Rishi. Then, next, on behalf of the girl's side, now Janaka Raja's lineage, his kula details are all narrated. And once all this formality is over, then Vasishta and Vishwamitra, they propose that just as Rama is getting married to Sita, Lakshmana to be married to the second daughter of Janaka, who is Urmila. And then Bharata and Shatrughna to be married to the daughters of Kushadhwaja, who is the younger brother of Janaka. So those two daughters, Mandavi and Shrutakirti, are respectively, it is decided, Mandavi will be wedded to Bharata and Shrutakirti will be wedded to Shatrughna. So all these decisions are made, and then on the auspicious day of Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra in the Phalguna month, the wedding rituals start. Now, before the wedding rituals, there are so many other rituals that are to be performed. All those are done. Everybody, they do dana of different kinds, including Swarna Dana, Godana, and all these things. And finally, that auspicious moment of this Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra has come. And at that auspicious moment, Vasishta is the officiating priest, and all the things are kept ready. Agni Bhagavan is there ready to witness this, to, conduct this wonderful marriage. At that point of time, Janaka Raja says to Rama, and this is a very famous shloka, and it has a lot of deeper meanings which we are going to explore shortly. So Janaka Raja says, he looks at Rama, he holds the hands of his daughter and places it in the hand of Rama, and he says, Iyam Sita Mama Suta Sahadharma Charitava Pratitcha Chainam Bhadram Te Panim Grinhishva Panina. This is Sita. She is my daughter. She will be with you in whatever righteous duties you are undertaking. She will be with you. She will be Sahadharmachari. Take her wishfully. Let you be safe. And take her hand, take her palm into your palm. Like this, he says. And that wedding ritual is consecrated. Now here our acharyas give multi-layers of meanings to this shloka, this thing what Janaka Raja has said. He says, Iyam Sita. He's pointing out, this is Sita. So why is he saying that? Why is he pointing out specifically saying that this is Sita? Why is he telling that to Rama? What he is trying to convey is everybody knows that Rama, you are very parakrami and you have done so much great acts. You have killed the Rakshasas, you killed Tataka, you protected the Yajna, you gave Shapa Vimochana to Ahalya. You've done all this, and we know you are Purushottama. Now you came here, you broke the bow, which nobody could do, and you are very great. But this Sita, she is an equal match for you. Why do we say she is an equal match for Rama? Because although he has done all these great parakramas, Rama has been born by a normal human process to Kausalya. But Sita is Ayonija. She is not had Garbhavasa. She had an uncommon birth and she was found as if she is a gift from the Lord. It is as if she is a gift from Mother Earth, from Bhumi Devi. And not just that her birth is such a rare Ayonija birth, she has matchless qualities. She is Gunavati. She is totally filled with all the gunas that any girl should have. So, this is Sita. That is what Janaka is pointing out to Rama. And in a lighter vein, sometimes the acharyas say, like especially when they are commenting on the Kamba Ramayana, then they do say, you remember we talked about yesterday how once Rama had seen Sita, he fell in love with her at first sight. And then it seems it appeared to him that everybody, he's so carried away with the thought of Sita that everywhere he looks, he can only see Sita. So now Janaka is worried that he may go and end up, marrying some other girl. So to point out to Rama that this girl, this was the actual Sita. So he's saying, that is of course in a lighter vein that he says that the acharyas explain like this. Okay. Next, after saying Iyam Sita, the Janaka Raja says, Mama Sutta, my daughter. Now, this is very peculiar because this Janaka, he is a Raja Rishi. He is somebody whom Krishna refers to in the Bhagavad Gita when he is talking of someone who has perfected Karma Yoga. And the perfection of Karma Yoga is when somebody can do all their actions, all their karmas, but without attachment to those actions, without the Kartritva Bhava, without the feeling of I am the doer, and without having any desire for the fruit or the outcome which will come. Such a person is called a Karma Yogi. And Janaka, who is a Raja Rishi, is considered very famous for this detachment. Now, such a person who is so renowned for his detachment seems to have got attachment now. He is saying, Mama Sutta, my daughter. Why is he claiming this possessiveness now? Here the acharyas say that he's saying my daughter because so great were the qualities of this Sita that even somebody who did not have attachment in general for anything in the world wanted to claim attachment to her, saying that she is my daughter. He is so proud of her because she has all these great qualities. And even somebody who is detached, someone who has ultimate vairagya, is reduced to the state of attachment by the great qualities of Sita. Will it not happen like that? After all, who is Sita? She is none other than Sakshat Mahalakshmi herself. So there is nothing wrong when we have attachment to the Lord and to Devi, isn't it? Just as we have attachment to Lord as our father and Devi as our mother. So Janaka in this case saying my daughter and claiming possessiveness, there is nothing wrong with that because so great are the qualities of Sita. Then he is telling Rama, Sahadharma Charitava. She will walk along with you on the path of Dharma. And here the acharyas say that this is basically what anybody should be looking for in a marriage relationship. The husband and the wife are supposed to be in union, not for the simple petty thing of having to enjoy pleasure with each other or to make money or to do all these worldly things alone. But the major reason why that union is taking place is so that they can follow the path of dharma together, so that they can walk the path of dharma together and achieve moksha. So here Janaka is telling Rama. Now, why is this important here? That Sita should participate with Rama in his righteous activities because Janaka is a great jnani. He knows what is the purpose of this Rama's avatara. He knows that Rama is going to do Pitrvakya Paripalana. And because of that, there will be a lot of difficulties that come in his life for many years. And then he is going to get into a situation where he has to do Samhara of the Rakshasas, including Ravana. So he knows all this. And he knows that at every point of time, whether it is protecting the rishis in Dandakaranya or it is taking care of his praja, Rama is always going to be only on the path of righteousness. And when Rama is going to do dharma, then it is appropriate that the lady who is with him, the wife of this Rama, should be equally participating in this. In fact, here the Acharyas tell us that when Rama is saying this, when Janaka is saying this, he is indirectly trying to hint that, O Rama, she'll participate with you in all your dharma, and suppose for any reason you deviate from the path of dharma, she will even correct you and bring you back. Not only will she follow you when you are doing dharma, but suppose you happen to make some mistake somewhere and there is any even minute deviation from the path of dharma, she will correct you and bring you back. That is her greatness. So she will be Sahadharmachari. She will walk along with you on the path of dharma. And in fact, we will be seeing this in multiple occasions in the future, that although Rama is very famed and he is well known for his ability to forgive people, because they say that for the Lord, one eye is the sun and one eye is the moon. So he can be good to devotees and forgive them, but there may be times when he will only look at them with the idea of punishing them. But for the mother, for the Devi, there is never any such difference. She will always look at everybody like her children with immense love, and she will not only she will forgive, but she will make the Lord to forgive also. So that is going to be proved in the future. As the events unfold, we will talk about them. But this is what Janaka is telling Rama, that the purpose of your birth, all your activities are because you want to do dharma samsthapana, and this Sita, my daughter, will participate with you in all this dharma that you are going to establish. Then next he is saying Praticha Chainam Bhadram Te. This Praticha Chainam, he is saying it means take her. Now, as a father, when he is doing that Kanyadana, what should he have been saying? He should have said, I am giving her, right? But what is the bhava of Janaka here? The Acharyas explain. If he says, I am giving her, that means he is having that sense of doership. And he is having that sense that she belongs to me and I am giving it. Whereas in reality, this Sita is the ever-loving, ever-present consort of the Lord. So she is always there with Narayana. We don't say just Narayana, right? We say Sriman Narayana. So Shri is always with Narayana. So she is yours. There is no question of me giving you her. She is always yours. Just in this avatara, because you have taken birth there separately, she is now here. And so now that she is here, you take her. That is why he's saying she is yours, take her. Then he says Bhadramte. And here the acharyas say that it is because this Jodi, this Dampati of Rama and Sita are looking so beautiful. That pair is such a wondrous sight that Dasharatha, for a moment, Janaka's fatherly spirit comes over and he is worried that anybody will cast an evil eye. See, Janaka knows that Rama is Sakshat Narayana. He knows that Sita is Sakshat Lakshmi Devi. Can anything bad happen to the Lord and Devi? Nothing can happen to them because they are supremely powerful. There is nobody who can cast an evil eye on them. But this is the greatness of great devotees of the Lord. There are so many devotees that they get into that bhava, that they are so happy and pleased with the Lord that they want to make sure no evil comes to the Lord. And that is the greatness of their devotion. So with that bhava, he doesn't want any evil eye to fall on them. He doesn't want drishti to happen to this wonderful pair. So he says Bhadram Te. And then he says Panim Grinhishva Panina. Take her hands in your hands. And this ritual in which the bride's right hand is placed and it is taken by the boy in his right hand, That is called as the Pani Grahanam ritual. And in fact, that is the most important ritual in the marriage. Nowadays, there is a lot of importance which is given to the time when the Mangal Sutra, the Tirumangalyam is tied. That has no actual, Vedic mantra or anything associated with that. Although there is something which people, there is a shloka which people say, which the priest says at that time, but that is a kind of ancillary ritual. It's not the main one. The main point is when the bride's groom is caught by the groom, sorry, when the bride's hand, the palm is taken into the palm of the groom, and the father of the bride pours water to signify that union. That Pani Grahanam is the most important marriage ritual. So here, this is what Janaka is telling to Lord Rama. He's saying, Iyam Sita Mama Suta Sahadharma Charitava Praticha Chainam Bhadram Te Panim Grinishwa Panina. Now, this is a wonderful marriage between the Lord and his eternal consort, Devi, right? Now, no wonder then, any of our Hindu marriages, these shlokas are recited during that. And it is always considered that the groom is Vishnu Swarupa and the bride is Lakshmi Swarupa. And by the recitation of all these shlokas, mantras, and everything, there is a good wish which is being given for that couple for all auspicious things to start. Now, as Rama takes on Sita as his wife and they start living together, now all good things are going to start happening. Now, the very purpose of Ramavatara is going to start coming to the fore, right? So, it is the beginning of the right things to happen. Similarly, when we get married and enter into Grihastha, then that is the time when it is our duty to live together, walking on the path of righteousness. As we already said, the purpose of marriage is a union between the bride and the groom. And it is not for mere sensual enjoyment. It is not merely for achieving the goals of artha and kama. It is not just to make property, to make money, to have children. That is not the whole purpose. That is part of the duties. But the main reason why this union happens is because both of them should walk together on the path of dharma, doing whatever is prescribed by Shastra for people in the Grihastha. And that is the manner in which their life should continue. So the minute Janaka said this and the Pani Grahana was done, then there was loud Veda Ghosha was going on, Vadya Ghosha was going on, all auspicious instruments were being played, the Brahmins were chanting Vedas, Vasishta Rishi was doing all the rituals. Now, after this Pani Grahanam, there were the other rituals which were performed, which are called as the Saptapati, and that is going around the Agni for 7 times, right? And then there was what is called as Laja Homam. All these things are done, and everyone is totally happy and in bliss to see this wonderful sight. Narayana and Lakshmi, who were in Sri Vaikuntha, they separated and they came to this human world. They came to this bhumi so that they have some great work to perform. There is Dharma Samsthapanam which has to be done. There is Shishta Rakshanam that has to be done. There is Dushta Samhara to be done. And all these are now going to fructify. So at that moment, when this wedding was completed, when the marriage rituals were being conducted, from the sky, all the devatas were showering flowers. There were Gandharvas who were singing. There were apsaras who are dancing, and it's a very wonderful and bright atmosphere. Everyone is happy, not just the human beings, they are happy. The people who are witnessing this sight are happy. We have also come uninvited to this wedding of Rama and Sita, isn't it? But this is the great wedding of the divine father and mother, and there is no invitation that is required for anybody to come and attend this. We are all also partaking of this joy of the Sita Kalyanam, and our joy is to see this Divya Dampati united. The Devatas are rejoicing, but they have one more agenda. Why are they happy? For them, it is not only to see Rama and Sita wedded. Their other agenda is there, right? You remember how at the beginning they did Sharanagati to Sriman Narayana and he promised them that I will take care, I will protect you against the Rakshasas, against Ravana, and I will do his Samhara. So now they realize this Sita is going to be the instrument. She is the one who is going to be instrumental in making Rama carry out his dharma of destroying Ravana. And that is why they are even more pleased, because all this time they have waited patiently. So many 12 years have passed. They have been waiting. When is Rama going to do the needful? Now, once Sita has been wedded, they know soon the time is coming now that it is time for Ravan Samharat, for the process to be set in flow. So they are rejoicing for that reason also. And naturally, once Rama has been united with Sita, then he has even more energy. It is told, they say, Aprameyam hi tat tejo yasya sa janakatmaja. Unlimited, uncomparable is the energy, is the tejas, is the radiance of this Rama, to whom Janakatmaja, Janaka's daughter, belongs. So if Rama had so much tejas and brilliance and radiance before on his own, now that has become magnified infinite number of times, because he has gotten wedded to Janaka's daughter Sita. So in this joy of partaking in this wedding, let us allow this divine sight to go on and on for the whole of today until we meet tomorrow. But let us also partake of the joy in this divine wedding by today offering Kritagnyata that we got to be part of this. The Lord has blessed us to be part of this celebration. And whenever we hear, it is told, whenever we hear about Sita Kalyana, we hear Srinivasa Kalyana, we hear about Rukmini Kalyana. In all these cases, the people who listen, they get all auspicious things in their life. So I am praying also that let the Lord bring auspiciousness to all those who are listening to this narration of the Sita Kalyana. So, in that joy, let us today end our satsang by singing this very famous Tyagaraja composition, Sita Kalyana Vaibhogame. I will try to sing in whatever little ability I have, and we will partake of this joy. Sita Kalyana Vaibhogame Rama Kalyana Vaibhogame पवनज स्तुति पात्र पावन चरित्र रवि सोमवर नेत्र रमणीय गात्र सीता कल्याण वैभोगमे राम कल्याण वैभोगमे भक्तजन परिपाल भरित शरजाल भुक्ति मुक्ति दलील भूदेव पाल सीता कल्याण वैभोगमे राम कल्याण वैभोगमे परमेशनुत गीत भवजलधिपोत तरणिकुल संजात त्यागराजनुत सीता कल्याण वैभोगमे राम कल्याण वैभोगमे. Kritagnyata to Sita Rama for allowing us to be part of this wonderful event. So let us pray to their lotus feet that they will bless us and grace us with their anugraha at all times. Namaskar everybody, and we will meet tomorrow with the next topic. Thank you.